Hi, I'm Brian Wicklund with Garfinkel Schwartz. I'm here in the Maitland, Florida office today. We also have offices in Titusville, Florida, which is in the Space Coast on the east coast of Florida, near Port Canaveral. Maitland is actually a suburb of Orlando, so I live in Orlando. We also travel all across the country to help clients anywhere that they may be, whether that be longshoremen or whether that be civilian contractors that are injured overseas under the Defense-Based Act. Today I'm talking to you about a more advanced type conversation where a claim has already been filed, you're already getting treatment, and a lot of people don't understand that when they go to a doctor and they get treated at a doctor's office, that someday down the line, whether that be 9 months, 18 months, that doctor might be deposed, and that might be your expert witness that's going to prove your claim after they deny you the benefits. And so it's very important that everything that's said from the doctor that may not be reflected in the doctor's notes that I get, the records that we get that are pretty much dictated and very bland about your injuries. It really helps me to help you when I depose these doctors, especially doctors that are hired by the insurance company, to get facts and circumstances that maybe no one would really know other than you being there. And what I mean by that is, it's perfectly okay to ask a doctor when they're examining you or treating you to audio tape or to record the conversation that you have with the doctor. And if the doctor is uncomfortable with that, then what you can do is you can say, I can give you a release under the HIPAA laws, and basically I want this recorded because I'm not going to understand later what the different jargon is that you're talking about in terms of radiculo, whatever it is, and all these other things that normal laymen would never understand. You might want to have that in a recording. But the biggest factor, the most important part about a recording like that, or if you decide that you're not comfortable recording and the doctor, you're friends with the doctor and you don't want to do that, put them on the spot, is that right after each medical examination that you have, if you're having a claim, this is a legal claim, and everything counts. Every item of testimony counts. So what you do is, as soon as you leave the doctor's office, before you even leave the parking lot, you get in your car and you put your phone on or your tape recording, and you record everything that you can recollect: the doctor's name, the date, the time, how long it took, the time that you were there, and little tidbits about what happened. Because there are cases that I've been familiar with, that I've actually been involved in, that hinge on crazy little details about a doctor saying something off the cuff. Oh yeah, you're fine. I don't know. I can't believe you're not working, or something like that would cause the judge to see that he's basically being biased against you and for the insurance company. And I'm not there, and no one else. The judge is not there, obviously. And the best thing to do is to recollect these things in the present tense, so that you have a record of things that happen. And like I said, legal jargon, medical jargon is complicated. That's a good reason why you would record something. But the biggest reason is certain little circumstances, especially if you're getting examined in an independent medical examination that you have to go to by law, and this doctor is basically there to examine you on behalf of the insurance company to try to reduce your benefits or get you cut off. That's the reason why you're there. So if you're in a defensive posture like that, then it could only behoove you to audio tape that, or have a family member come with you, or at least in present tense, when you get to your car, as soon as the examination is over, whatever pops into your head that you thought was odd, or you thought was weird, or anything that struck you as not professional, that I could use to depose the doctor in the future, if that may ever happen, it would be to your benefit to do that. And if you don't get help from Garfinkel Schwartz, and you're involved in a claim that's actually going to potentially be litigated, you got to find a lawyer of your choosing that can help you to go through these types of issues that a lot of people don't realize when it's happening. And it's too late 8 months before, when I asked what happened back in July of 2012 with this doctor. He seems like a crackpot. Did he say anything to you? It's really tough to remember from a year and a half or 2 years earlier, and so that you can help answer those questions. So if you don't get help from Garfinkel Schwartz, please get help somewhere. Please visit our website at www.defensebasedactlaw.com, and several of these issues are on there, and they can give you potential resources as how to get through and be able to audio tape your doctor's visits, and or have a family member present there with you. And then the worst case scenario is at least to get a present tense impression of what happened during that day when you're in the car in the parking lot. Thanks for listening. I hope I can be of help. That's what I'm here for. I travel across the country, no matter where you are, and I appreciate your time. Thank you very much. Signing off from Maitland, Florida.